Hello and welcome to my presentation. My name is Samiullah Muhammad Haroon and today I'll be talking about trisomy. Alright, to start off, let's get ourselves familiar with a few terms. The first one being aneuploidy. Aneuploidy is the presence of an abnormal number of chromosomes in a cell. For example, a human cell having 45 or 47 chromosomes instead of the usual 46. Now, here we have two cases of aneuploidy. These are the karyotypes. In the first graph, in the first karyotype, we can see that the patient is missing the sex chromosome, one of the sex chromosomes. And over here in the second case, in the second karyotype, we can see that the patient has an extra chromosome for set 13 of the chromosome. Alright, the next term is trisomy, which will be our main focus. Trisomy or three bodies means the affected person has three copies of one of the chromosomes instead of two. This means they have 47 chromosomes instead of 46. Down syndrome, Edwards syndrome, and Patau syndrome are the most common forms of trisomy. They're also known as trisomy 13, trisomy 18, and trisomy 21. Trisomy 13 being Patau syndrome, trisomy 18 being Edwards syndrome, and trisomy 21 being Down syndrome. Trisomy 13 or Patau syndrome will be our main focus for today. Trisomy 13 is a type of chromosome disorder characterized by having three copies of chromosome 13 in the cell of the body instead of the usual two copies. In some affected people, only a portion of the cell contains the extra chromosome 13. This case is called mosaic chromosome 13, whereas the other cells contain the normal chromosome pair. Trisomy 13 is associated with severe intellectual disability and physical abnormalities in many parts of the body. People with this condition often have congenital heart defects, brain or spinal cord abnormalities, very small or poorly developed eyes, which is also known as microphthalmia, a cleft lip or a palate, and decreased muscle tone, which is also known as hypotonia. Many infants with trisomy 13 fail to grow and gain weight at the expected rate, and they fail to thrive. Moving on to the causes of trisomy 13. Trisomy 13 is usually caused by spontaneous genetic mutations that occur at a time of fertilization. Here we see the cell cycle of a cell. Um, Trisomy 13 can occur when there is an error in the G2 phase, where the cell fails to double check or correct the error made by the chromosome when duplicating. Trisomy 13 can also occur when part of chromosome 13 becomes attached or translocated to another chromosome during formation of eggs or sperm or very early in the fetal development. This is referred to as translocation trisomy 13. People with this type of trisomy 13 have normal two copies of chromosome 13 plus an extra copy of chromosome 13 that is attached to another chromosome. Translocation trisomy 13 can be inherited. Approximately 20% of cases of trisomy 13 are caused by translocation trisomy 13, which means every 1 in 5 trisomy 13 cases is a translocation trisomy 13 case. Apart from translocation trisomy 13, most cases of trisomy 13 are not inherited and result from random events during formation of egg and sperm in healthy parents. An error in cell division called non-disjunction results in an egg or sperm cell with an abnormal number of chromosome 13. If one of these contributes to genetic makeup of a child, the child will have an extra chromosome 13 in each cell of the body. We can see how non-disjunction works from this picture here. This is a normal division of meiosis where a single cell divides into four haploid cells with equal amount of chromosomes, and these two cases are abnormal cases of meiosis where each cell does divide into four haploid cells, but they have unequally distributed amounts of chromosomes. As we said before, translocation, trisomy 13 can be inherited, and an unaffected parent can have a rearrangement of genetic material between chromosome 13 and another chromosome. These rearrangements are called balanced translocations because there's no extra or missing genetic material from chromosome 13. Pregnancies at increased risk for trisomy 13 can be identified through screening tests such as non-invasive prenatal testing and ultrasound examinations. The diagnosis can be confirmed prenatally with better than 99% accuracy through chorionic villus sampling or amniocentesis. There's no cure for trisomy 13, and treatments focus on the baby's symptoms. Uh, Surgery may be necessary to repair heart defects or a cleft lip or cleft palate. Physical, occupational, and speech therapy will help individuals with Patau syndrome reach their full development potential. Although, depending on the severity of the baby's issues, some doctors may choose to wait and consider any measures based on the chances of the baby's survival. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and I hope your babies don't have trisomy 13 or any other abnormality for that matter. See you.